Hey everybody, Customikes here. We got the 57 Caddy flower car. There's Booster 2 picking up some lead. Looking at that, that mountain of lead right there. Mountain. Absolute mountain. And you can see the bodywork on the flower car extension consists of ball peen hammer smack-ins and overlapping welds, and then some yeehaw has come in afterwards and bonded the living daylight out of it, covering stuff and not doing it cleanly. We have seam splitting, we have repairs that are just atrocious, all covered up with lead and bondo. And one of the reasons that I wanted to do this video is the unrealistic expectation everybody has of coach work. This right here was done in 1958 in a coach work company building this car for the M&M coach work. And you can see the seams in there, and they're just brutal seams. And you can see them on the inside too. There is tack welds, overlapping metal, and seams that don't touch each other. And where did the other piece go? Where'd that little piece go? Oh, right there. And they just shoved lead into the cracks until they came out on the inside. They really didn't give a hoot. And they didn't weld it anything. It's cracks and peels, and it's almost embarrassing. And then people come in and repair it, and they repair and repair and repair and just overlap, and worse and worse and worse. And like I said, when we out here are trying to fix some of this stuff, we're trying to do some repairs, and you think it all is going to look like the Marcel Delay, and Luke Delay has made sheet metal shaping for $50 an hour. With a deal at maybe $2,000-3,000 to customize the car. There's a reason Luke spent 3 years of his personal time, including several others that helped him, to get his metal finished car done. And it wasn't done this way, and it wasn't a deal, and he spent the time to do that car right. But to get that car to do it right, it's going to cost you a couple $1 million. And most people don't have that budget, and that's how you end up with some of this stuff. And lead isn't cheap today, but it was cheap back then. That's why you have a pile of it on there. Now, this car is never going to be as nice as Luke Delay's. It's going to be a custom. We're going to take what we have and do the best we can with it, and to make it fit, with Bruce's help, onto the Packard, just to make another bastard out of it. And the Packard is no different. By the time I took apart some of the welds on the Packard hearse, which was done with a Henny company, it was better than the quarter panels done by M&M, but it is ruthlessly, brutally coarse metalwork. And when we talk about that it was all done better before, we need to kind of take our memories a step back and remember what we actually could afford to pay for and what we asked them to do. And I can build them both ways, but there's a big difference in budget. And I just want you to understand what the choices are, and that old Craftsmans aren't necessarily as good as today's Craftsmans. I'm not saying there weren't Craftsmen back there, but there was a budget for everybody. Anyhow, that's today's wake-up call when it comes to bodywork and metal shaping. Have fun with it. Don't be afraid to mess something up, especially something rotten and destroyed or whatever. Do the best you can with it. Have fun with it. And if somebody cries about you putting too much Bondo on it, well, to hell with them. At least you're out driving your thing and having fun with it with a little extra Bondo on it. There's a thing for everybody. Don't do a project because you're second guessing your skill set. if this is what they're doing on a production line, and filling it up with inch thick of Bondo, or I'm sorry, inch thick of lead. I mean, this is embarrassingly thick chunks. And you can see in here too, I left some of the lead in some of the spots, but down in here it was over an inch thick. And if you prep the surface correctly and use the material correctly, you can get away with almost a half an inch. So don't be afraid of doing fun stuff just because. And if somebody else don't like it, it's to hell with them. It's your car, you're driving it. Just be transparent and full disclosure if you sell it. Anyhow, today's FYI and perspective. Love you all. Thanks for any Customikes. See ya. Craftsmanship of the M&Ms. Brutal fixing by ball peen hammer. Unbelievable.